Woohoo! Hey, welcome everybody. Live stream number 2 here on Hex Token channel with your host, Superman. Hashtag let's get going and let's get some Hex. Hashtag let's make the longest hashtag forever. Hashtag. Anyway, so welcome everybody. Silly jokes aside, hope you guys are having a good time out there. I know quite a few people are accumulating Hex while we've got this price dip. Thanks to a whale yesterday, and of course people were happy with that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let me get into the chat there. Sounds like my audio is up and running pretty nicely. Going to pull up the old chat as well. Hope you guys are having fun there. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, smash the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like button as well. A lot of people forget to hit the like button on the way in, so definitely do that. And of course, hit the bell for future videos. And of course, share the channel around. Why not? That's the way we roll. So let's get into this good stuff here. We've got the daily chart here on Hex. So we're going to get straight into some of the Hex prices. We're going to look at some Pulsechain. Going to look at some GitLab and a few other things. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be good. All right. So we've got What the Hex is in the house. Hit the like, though. Yeah, absolutely. Robin's in first. Well done, Robin Hood. I like that name, Robin Hood. Been thinking about watching that movie with Kevin Costner again. What the Hex in the house with the thumbs up. Looking good. Welcome from Hex Token channel. Empty coin is in the house. Woo! Ahoy, my party. Ahoy. We're here today to buy some Hex. That's what we're here for. I don't know. Was that a pirate and an Irish accent mixed in together? I don't know. The whole generation in there as well. Woohoo! Made it so tight from work. Even didn't even want to lift a finger to type. Says whole generation. Wow, that's pretty hardcore, man. Maybe you can fall asleep in the chair while I talk on the show. How about that, whole generation? Good to see you in the chat though. And evening, folks. Bob Wells in the house. Hex Token channel member, the first one in the chat there. Good to see Bob Wells with the emojis as well. I'm right on the night chain, says Bob Wells. Nice. The whole generation there. Hello, everyone. I think I remember once. I think this is my memory. I'm not sure if it's my memory. I think it is. I did one night at a night store stock. Was it stock taking or whatever on a night store once? That was a pretty long night. I remember that much. Whole generation. So I have a little bit idea of night workers working there. So that's about it. I'm pretty sure it's my memory. Maybe it was a memory put into my brain. I don't know. Empty corner house there, and we're live. Yeah, Matty Allen. He did a big show earlier today. Matty Allen Therapy. So that was pretty good. John Williams in the house there. Good evening, Hex Token. Good to see you, John. As always, a pleasure. Excellent choice in. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That was a big one there. There, excellent choice. I like it. Superman KD's in the house as well. Superman, woohoo! Bob's the woohoo! I'm sure you guys just typed that so many times that I have to say it all the time because you know I read the chats. Sharing is caring, as we say. Sharing is caring. MT Coiner says, I wish I was accumulating. I've been pretty busy. Pretty much out of powder since Pulsechain Sacrifice. Yeah, there's quite a few people in that situation. Obviously, dollar cost average is a good way. A lot of people use their salaries, things like that. Some people transfer assets in, but there's been a lot happening. Bob Wells says, I was going to buy the tip today, but it's holiday, so banks were closed, says Bob Wells. Yeah. There's a few issues like that. Muzz says, hey, sup, man? Hey, Muzz. Well, I was checking out some... what was I checking out? I was checking out fiat on-ramps, and particularly credit card ones on that. Man, they're a rip-off. They're such a rip-off. They're like 5% fee on just straight off the bat, which is a rip-off. And then, of course, what did I see? Also, some of the wallets also have some rip-off gas fees as well. The gas was like super cheap, and they were charging you like quite a few dollars. I was going through heaps of them. And what else did I see that was a bit funny? Yeah, especially like Bitcoin, Bitcoin.com. Of course, that's pretty high too. So crazy stuff out there. MetaMask wallets, the purchase stuff in there is quite high. The fee if you use other fiat gateways, debit cards, credit cards, things like that. Bob Wells in the house there. Good to see you, Muzz. Anyway, and Bob Wells in there tomorrow. We drive in more. Nice. Yeah, I like that. We dive in more. Sorry, not drive in more. We dive in more. I like that strong arm. Hardy Hexalorian's in the house there. Woohoo! Big shout out, Hardy. And thanks for the thumbnail again this morning for live stream one. That was pretty mean looking thumbnail. Bob Wells in the house with emojis. I'm on nights 3 of 7. Are you really? 7 nights? 7 nights? You've done 3 so far? Wow, Bob, that's pretty hard work. We feel for you there, Bob. Keep up the good work, as we say. Multiply that into some Hex, and maybe you get some multiple bags and Pulsechain multiplicization. Night shift is the best once your body has adjusted to it. Best money and least hassle, says Chris P. Yeah. I've got one friend that does night shift, does security job, I think, and they say it's pretty cool. I think they read a book most of the time, unless there's some sort of emergency. Katie's in house there with the bread and the ducks. I love it. And Bob Wells says, absolutely right. Hike my pups during the day and off to work. Perfect, says Bob. Wow, that's pretty nice. So Bob's got a pretty good work-life balance there. MT Corner says, my dog just had 8 puppies. I suppose in about 8 weeks, they will sell for $500 each. I'll buy them, I guess, says MT Corner. Interesting. That's pretty good. Michael O'Keefe says, so what do you think is best fair gateway for Pulse? Well, we don't know yet, Michael. We don't know. That's all unknown, as far as I know. I think that Liquid Loans is looking for a solution. I think that's probably the only one I'm aware of. Richard Hart's talked about fiat gold ramps before, but that's kind of, I don't know, it's been a little bit grey for a long time. I think last time we talked about fiat gateway, if I remember rightly, is the end of last year sometime. So I'm not sure about that. I get obviously gateways through Ethereum would be there'd be a numerous number of those, which I use many of them. So yeah. Blair SM in house there. Good Arvo all. Woo-hoo-hoo. I typically, I do use I use a New Zealand provider as the cheapest one, Easy Crypto, and I've talked about that before in the chat. I've also posted it on the community tab. So maybe I should post that in Discord on one of the useful links or something. That'd be useful. Blair's in the house there. Good Arvo all. Woo-hoo-hoo. Now, Easy Crypto does apply to Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and I think it's Argentina. So it is going to be going global more and more. Good Arvo, says Blair. Good afternoon to see you. And it's down there, says, woo-hoo. Hope the stream is great. As always, not an out. I probably won't make it too long. Sorry, bro. I will catch it in the AM. Hey, all good. It's down now. I realize it's about midnight where you are. So we'll catch you on the other side if you manage to exit early. But it's always a pleasure to have. It's now in the chat there. Dave down under. I say that pleasure to have you in the chat, but of course you are the moderator, Team 6, so you're supposed to head the moderation team. And you are pretty awesome at that. So there we are. I'm trying to tease it now. I'm just trying to find something to tease it now with, but it's very hard. He does such an amazing job for everybody. Helps so many people. Really good. Dave down under says, I'm getting excited for early June launch, says Dave. Yeah, well, it's got a bit of a question mark over the validator code. I've seen different people interpreting Richard Hart's tweet, as probably I would say. So it's interesting to some of the different interpretations because the tweet is a little vague, if you ask me. But hey, we try to do our best. Bob Wells says, thank you, Superman. All about the extra cash for Hex. That's true, Bob. DCA with that, and of course, accumulate a nice little position. And it's also self-fulfilling, right? Everyone buying on the retail book, especially after whale dips. You basically imagine that how much was it? About 20 million. The 20 million gets distributed to a whole ton of new retail people over time. And of course, that's how it breaks down, right? The big accounts slowly break down as the retail book starts picking it up over time. So that's kind of what we're saying. Takes a while though. There's a lot in the retail. There's a lot in the whale book, and there's lots. What do we got? 90. A lot of it's staked though. We're talking about liquid whales, right? We're not talking about staked whales. There's obviously a small percentage that are actually liquid. So remember that. I don't know if we have good numbers on those numbers. We have total circulating supply. But even some people are questioning some of those data, which is making it a bit harder to get good numbers. DB Cooper in house there. Let's get it. Woohoo! Let's absolutely get it. Just got my butt kicked for an hour straight by a 9-year-old in the pit Fortnite. That's funny, MT. That's pretty funny. Nice one. All right, so let's get on to it, folks. Welcome, everybody. And, of course, we'll probably have a lot more people come on over the live stream. I got myself a nice little latte. Had a few little chocolate biscuits. It's just before dinner time here. 5:40 p.m. on Tuesday. It is Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday, 24th of May. So we're in the future here, bringing you the latest on Hex. Here's the daily chart on Dex Guru, USDC pull 3, V3, I should say. And of course, we actually had a little green candle for the day, but it's just gone red just after I started the live stream. It was actually green. So the daily candle, we're zooming in on that. We've had a low of 8.1 and a high of 9.1, so 1 cent range at the moment for the day, and we're currently sitting right bang in the middle from looks at 8.5 cents. It was showing green just before the live stream, as I say, just gone a little bit red there. Now we've got our price support here at 6.9 cents, approximately 6.8, 6.9 cents. That's our price support. Where do we get that from? You're asking where do we get that from? We get it back from here. There were 2 resistance points as we were absolutely smashing it up to all-time highs of 52 cents back here on the 19th September. We had 2 resistance periods here, one 15th of May, and then again late May. So that's formed our resistance. Then we had that as support later on, only briefly though, but it ran across a couple of days there between late June. So that's where we had that. And that's kind of formed that kind of 6 cents, 6.8 cents. Obviously, it's a little bit, I call it a weak form support because we've only ever gone through that period for a little while. And so once we're under 10 cents, anything's possible, I would guess, between 1 and 10 cents. But we do have a bit of support there at 6.8. Gives us a bit more of a barrier to break through, as it were. So, yeah, cool. That's kind of my opinions on the chart. Obviously, it is my own. So we'll jump over to actually, we're not finished here because we're going to make a couple comments here. So we got obviously a couple of days to go till the end of the month, so about 6 days. And of course, to get out of this descending triangle, maybe about 50 days to get out of there. 50 days to get out of that, and once again get over. Now we got it over it already previously, but we managed to fall back into it. Obviously, we had the market correction here. This was the big Bitcoin correction where it went from 40,000 down to 26.5. So obviously Hex succumbed to that. We also had the delay. This is the delay in Pulsechain, and of course that impacted as well. So we've got the markets here, and then we've got Hex Pulsechain delay here. So we had 2 whammies, bam, bam. And of course, that's what happened to us. We tried to get over 20 cents as well. We could not do that either. We had a couple of attempts there, almost or close attempts, and we could not do that either. So down we came. So just unfortunate. 1, 2, 3 there. Let's put a little sign there while we're doing it. Let's put that there, and let's put that 1 failed 20 cents. Failed 20 cents. Bam. And we're going to put another one there too. Let's put this in a nice bright color. Why not? Hey, it's a bit of honesty amongst friends, hey? A bit of honesty amongst friends. Anyway, I don't know why I'm dramatizing that, but there we are. We got the crypto market there as well. And crypto, major crypto. It was a major crypto, major BTC correction. How about I put that correction? We're still in Bitcoin season, but it's a kind of thing there. We're going to put number 2 there for sure. Number 2. Bam. And then we're going to copy that again. Bam, bam. And we're going to put that over there. I don't know why I go bam, bam all the time, but just something I do for some reason. So there we're at 3. What else? 3 there. We've got Pulsechain deferred. Let's put deferred. Sounds a bit nicer. But deferred. And there we are. So we've got 3 things really characterizing that chain there. And down we come. We broke 10 cents. And that was helped by the whale. And of course, people have characterized it's number 13 whale. So I haven't checked the chain IDs, but I have no reason to, to deny that. I don't know what's happened with my chart there. It's all getting all dance funky. I put some dance funky on the chart. Bam, 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 bam. Woo! All right, so that's pretty much that on there. So that is the chart at the moment. Let's have a look at the DMI because I haven't looked at this for a while. We had pretty good charts here. I'm going to have to move this all over here at the moment because where else we're going to hide all that stuff. And bam, so we've got the sellers in control. We can clearly see that on the price action. The buyers down here, the sellers up the top. The momentum is the seller's friend. It is definitely in trend because it's over 25, the yellow line, and so the seller's trend is in control. Obviously, we've eased off a little bit, and we can see that in the chart. The sellers just turning down a little bit there, but the buyers have not popped back up. So we'll keep watching on that one. We want obviously a reversal there. What about the sellers? The RSI is the momentum running out. Well, they've got a little bit of way to go. They could potentially go a bit lower. Just be tentative here. It's not inevitable that they'll go down here, say. But that is definitely running out of more room, generally speaking. So we'll see how we get on there as well. So that's on the daily, though. So yeah, that's pretty much it on those TA metrics. I'm gonna go back to there, bam, and let's pull up the hourly chart. This hourly chart in Hex. 15-minute chart in Hex. We're still trying to get to this 10 cent mark. I'm going to move that over there now. Still trying to get to that. No change from our first live stream as well. We were doing okay. We were getting up to 8.7 cents, but a little bit of selling just in the last half an hour. This is our price floor. This is our next resistance, I should say, which is 6.9 cents approximately. So we're somewhere in between those two marks there at the moment. So very cool. Cool flip, as we say. Cool flip. Let's get in a few of the comments here before I jump over. KD says, K4K Crypto said there was one more dip in the game before launch. These content creators know some things, says KD. And Stressful Struggle says, Crypto Sniper claiming he called the top on Hex says it's going to 0.7 of a cent. Sounds crazy, but it could happen. I don't feel too well. It's Crypto Night Sniper. Really? 0.7 of a penny? What? Yeah, Chris just goes, what's up? Yeah. Faraz Vlogs in the house. Good to see you, Mr. Faraz from India. Good morning, sir. Good to see you. What else we got there? Katie says, Brazilji, great presentation earlier. And Mr. Faraz in the house said, good morning, family. Good to see you. Thanks, Katie. Appreciate it. And maybe it's something on your show, Briz. Was that something on your show? Let us know, Briz, if you did a presentation. I missed that one, obviously. Money Magnet Man Diamond Heart. Woohoo! Good morning, good to see you. And Hex Bikers in the house. Hey from the UK. Good morning, all. And Emma says good morning from UK as well. We've got a lot of people from the UK, so big shout out to all of you. It's probably pretty early there, is it? It's about 6 o'clock or something like that in the UK. So good to see you all. DCA into the dip if you can, says Tufon. That's right. Dollar cost average. Jonathan Kampala's in the house. Hey, Jonathan. Bear market or all-time highs. Superman is a real one. Thanks for your spirit and hard work, brother. I appreciate that, Jonathan. Big shout out to you. And excellent choices. 11 Gwei at the moment. Really? I actually haven't got that pulled up. So let me pull up the Gwei there as well. Bam. I'm going to bring that over. At the moment, it is currently 19. $7 for a swap on V3 at the moment. So we're going to get back to that. Let's leave it on that chart for the moment. Bob Well says, wow, awesome gas prices, Bob. Yeah, pretty good. 11. It's certainly wavering. 19 at the moment. Why is RH mad on Twitter today? Moon Man. I don't know. It's a little mad. I don't know. We get so used to he's just doing this thing, I guess. But yeah, I guess he's a little bit mad there. It was a bit angry at people, possibly with some of the negative sentiment. Obviously, people forget that we see the fun side, we see the flash side, the action side, all these other different sides of Richard Hart. But the reality is that he's under a lot of pressure. Pulsechain is a big deal. This is much bigger than Hex, as well as Hex have performed. Pulsechain is a giant thing, and so is PulseX on top of it. So there's a lot riding on it, getting things on the right time frame. Managing a bigger team as well. I think what he say, 14 devs or something at the moment. So there's a lot of stuff to do, and of course getting that communication really well with the team, things like that. I mean, there's a lot of practical sides. So he'll get us there in the end. We're just going to be a bit more patient, I think, as well. And of course, Twitter can be a bit of a funny place. Let me say that at the least. All right, cool. So let's jump over to a couple other things. I think I'm up to date on the comments there. Casey says, please choose will still make good wealth. Pulsechain will still make good wealth. Absolutely, Casey. Hex Barry's in house there. Good morning from Norway. Woo! Hey, cloudy day here now. Hey, that's funny. We had quite a few people from the UK there, and now we've got someone from Norway. Good to see Hex Barry. Big welcome there. It is overcast here too, down at the bottom of the world here in Kiwi land. It's quite overcast as well. Heading into nighttime now. The darkness is just set upon us right at this very moment. The Gwei at the moment, 17 Gwei, so not too bad. Let's get into the old quad charts. We've got Hedron here at having a little recovery. So we'll have a little zoom in on Hedron. Hedron at the moment, let me pull up this on the daily here for Hedron. I'm going to zoom that right in. So that is Hedron. Let me just get rid of my comments first as well. So we've got 870 for Hedron. Broke its support that had pretty much been sitting above 1,000. Definitely a nice little buying area possibly. I said basically anything from was it 1,200? I thought downwards is pretty good DCA level. Obviously, going down from 1,000 to 1,200 to 500 or 600 is it's a big 50%, but it's not too bad at this stage, 8,700. So interesting stuff there. What else we got going there? Nice little green candle, at least a little bit. We got the Maximus there, the talk of the town, and that's at 13.3 cents. Let's have a look at the premium at the moment. I think it was, what was it, 48%? No, 52 when we finished. It's now 57. Wow, not a little decent bounce back there. Still holding this range, really. Still holding that, had spikes below, but holding the premium between 52 and 81%. So performing very well. I know Goldkey and the team must be very cool about that, very happy. I do know that they're also talking about new products as well. I think they're talking about new product design. So that's awesome. More innovation, man. Get more Hex off the market. Very good. So cool. Let's jump out of there. That's Maxi. And we got our final one here on the ETH chain is Pulse Dodge coin, the airdrop for Hex stakers. If you had stakes before the 20th of April, you would be able to qualify for that. And that's going really well. $2.32. So far, so good. I'd like it to see it, let's see it come up a little bit here. Maybe up to this area here, up to 275. Form a nice little strength there. That'd be quite cool. But so far, pretty good. Can't really say it's formed too much of a high or quite. If I ignore this candle here, I could say that 214, but high low there, I should say. But not doing pretty good. Given it was $1, $2.34. So cool on that one. Let's jump over the BNB chain. Obviously, this moves around with the BNB price, and of course, if we look at the price of crypto at the moment, it's just a little tad stronger than it was in our first live stream 4 hours ago. Just maybe $100 on that one, maybe $20 on ETH, and of course, a BNB is a lot stronger there. So that's actually looking better, 1.6%, 328. So BNB showing a bit of strength there as well. Now I understand that Tron is doing some sort of burning function, so Tron seems to be up too. So I haven't looked much into that, but I think there was something around Tron and some burning thing or something like that. I'll have to double check on that one, but cool. So let's have a look at the BNB Hex projects, I guess. 7.8 cents, so came off a little bit down to 7.6 and just up slightly there on the daily chart there for Pulse Dodge. Like I said, I do think Pulse Dodge will probably do pretty well on the Pulsechain with the NFT auctions per day. I think they're doing 5 a day. So really will also depend not just on the artwork, but on the possibly utility that you can get from those as well. P33 at 33 cents. This is part of Free Pulse. Free Pulse, doing something like 150,000 people registered for the Free Pulse gambling site, and it's an onboarding tool up to $200 of Free Pulse an hour, something like that. But of course, you got to be in for the volatility, right? So there's volatility. Once again, also they had to go through the crypto, BTC pullback as well. But it's doing a bit better now, 33 cents. But it's way off the top, just like Hedron, way off the top there, $2.40, $2.48 was the high price here on day number 7, and of course, way it comes down there. So pretty cool. There's something to be learned from all these charts, especially these new charts. Is that if you see the first days going up, you can see the rally there. So if you're new to crypto, look at these. This is typically what you see in a lot of charts. You see the rally up, 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 and if you chase the top, you can get burned all the way down. Look at that, burned down in there. Also, it's true for Pulse P33 all the way down here. So be very careful chasing that rally if you're new to crypto. You can see that in all these charts. Is all relatively new, and of course, you can also see it in IM. IM's a little bit different. It's got three little hills there, but still down quite dramatically as well. So just take some little insights from these charts. You can also see that on Hex charts as well, particularly on Hedron. Wait for Hedron to come up. So Hedron, you can see that on Hedron 1. We're going to actually zoom in on that again. You can see that very clearly on Hedron. Up it goes and down. So just take that into account. If you're new to crypto, very important that you understand that sort of phenomena in the charts. You can see in Maxi. Maxi has also had it on the absolute price terms, but in terms of premium to Hex, it has done particularly well. So you could probably, take that for what it is, but because it's linked to Hex rather than, let's say, USDC or something. And of course, Pulse Dodge there, is actually performing a little different than normal, holding up pretty well, relatively speaking. So looks a little different from the other charts. So that's a pretty good look at this stage. And of course, a couple of reasons it's going to hex stakers. It's going to be relatively scarce, and this could actually pump quite hard. You could see this do $10, $20 or something under the right circumstances because of the scarcity play. As long as there's a whale there with enough, a whale or two with enough bags to push that up and hold it up, it'd be pretty interesting as well. Once again, there's not a lot of liquidity in it though, so just remember that. So whales aren't probably too likely to do something like that, at least not in a big way, because of the liquidity. I think it's about 160,000, so that's the offsetting factor there. So we'll see. Don't need a whale to do it. You can need just some large holders to start accumulating. That can definitely start increasing liquidity, putting up the price, and of course taking stuff off the market. That's going to be fascinating to see that. That being said, of course, Pulse Dodge does have the never done address and the OA both getting 10 PLSD per claim, and I think that's something closing it up on 400,000 at the end of the launch phase. So take that into account. We got the BNB just finally. We're going to click on IM. We haven't looked at that one, so we're going to quickly look at IM. And IM at the moment is wasted. I wasted this chart. What did I do to this chart? I don't know, but we're going to go back and try that one more time. It's probably because I rushed it, actually, to be honest. There we are. So that's better. So that's come down here, 1356 there. So it has managed to get a bit higher, but once again, it's got a higher low at the moment, but certainly pulled off there a little bit there. So we'll just have to wait and see where that goes. I definitely prefer the projects on the ETH chain. They're going to all get forked over, copied over, as opposed to airdropped over. And also not having the BNB volatility, although at the moment BNB is performing pretty well. So yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, let's get into some of the comments there as well. I'm not sure how far I got behind, but let's see where we're up to at this stage. Chilly at night, Superman says, what the hex? Yeah, a little chilly. Not too bad though, not too bad. Not for me, but it is definitely getting chilly. And the weather here in Kiwi land. Tin Top's in the house there. What's up, Hexkins? So I can see Tin Top. You guys didn't expect that. Bongani says, good morning from South Africa. Pump the Hex up. Hey, nice, Bongani. Big shout out to those in South Africa. Ross at the Great, what's it, the Southern Horn or something? Around the Great Horn or something. I can't remember. The bottom of South Africa there. With the famous shipping. Lots of famous stories there as well. Especially when they had the tall ships going around that place. The Horn of Africa, something like that. Yeah. Everyone always keeps helping each other, no matter what, says Jonathan. Nice one, Jonathan. I appreciate that. Agree with that sentiment too. Moon Lambo says we should pulse chain. We should pulse chain earlier with no rewards token, making things difficult with a reward token. You're talking about the incentive token, I think, Moon Lambo. That's going to be for yield farmers. It's going to be pretty important, that token. Good day, Hexkins. Ace 555's in the house. Another Hex Token channel member. Yeah, represent. Yeah. Let's see who's in the house there. We got it's now Bob Wells. Who else? We got Tin Top and Ace 555 now, and Brownie as well. All these Hex Token channel members, appreciate it. I wonder if the EU regulation on markets and crypto assets is having an effect on currency market or current markets, says Brownie. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be. The markets seem to be okay. I'm not seeing any major issue there. Moon Lambo says $500 a day dry powder ready for 5 cents Hex. Nice, Moon Lambo. I like that. That's a good way of entering the prices as well. Hey, look at the Gwei at the moment. 12 Gwei. Woohoo! This is cheap, man. Cheapest chips, folks. It's $5.84 to pick up some nice cheap Hex as well. 8.5 cents, just under 8.5 cents at the moment. Man. I'm gonna have to think about this one. And Jesse James says, wait a minute, Cookie Crypto's in the house there. What an amazing opportunity to accumulate more Hex. It is unbelievable. That's why I've got the title. Hex Price Dip provides big buying opportunity for retail buyers ahead of Pulsechain launch. It sounds like a news article, but it's true. It's true. Obviously, people can put limit orders if you think it's going to go down a bit lower. You can put limit orders in at lower prices on Matcha or 1 inch, something like that. So you can definitely do that. So good point. Jonathan Campella says, for sure, cookies. I feel like Pulsechain will launch within the first 10 days of June. Just got a gut feeling, says Briz. Yeah. Hey, Briz, you watch a lot of stuff, right? So you would see any sort of insider stuff. I kind of feel, I think there was probably a bit of a disconnect between the devs and Richard. That's why I think happened with the timeline there. I think Richard may have got a little bit excited, possibly maybe some communications in that Crypto Wendy O interview, and maybe that sort of set some set of expectation rather than just 2 weeks or 2 months or 1 month. And of course, maybe after a dev meeting, an internal audit, senior devs looking at stuff like that, maybe there's something like that played out. That's kind of where I feel that sort of landed. That's kind of my feeling based on the info. Let me know what you guys think in the chat there. Moon Lambo says, I remember when gas was $1 when I first bought Hex, says Moon Lambo. It used to be like a couple of cents. It used to be like 2-3 cents. I remember it was pretty cheap. Red Guru says, remember Hodl Dog? Hodl Dog, it was so cheap that Hodl Dog was doing, was he doing stakes every day or something like that? I can't remember now on this YouTube channel. Hodl Dog was doing the ultimate staking ladder you'd ever seen in your life. I think it took him something like, was it $20,000 or $25,000 or something to reset his staking ladder? I think something like that. It was pretty epic. Put me in for 6.9 cents, says Red Guru. Yeah, that's our the support line there. That's our only resistance line between that and 1 cent. Now, 7/10 of a penny, man, that'd be some hardcore selling from OGs to do that. That'd be pretty weird. Presumably, the only people who would do that like sell down a pool, as if people that are completely exiting. I would have thought if you still had your staking bags, you don't really want to do that to the price chart. I would have thought. Anyway, food for thought. D Money's in the house. I'm here. Hey, D Money, good to see you. Woohoo! Let's go, Hexkins. Yeah, absolutely. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. If you're new to the channel, definitely get in there and do that. We're trying to head up to 4,600 subscribers. And what are we on at the moment? 4,584 at the moment. So we need 16 more to get to 4,600. That's our next target. Definitely get on there and definitely smash the likes out for the video. Helps with the algorithms. Let's go. Hexkin says D-Hex. Absolutely. And Stressful Struggle says everyone is so bearish, making me want to go all in right now. The phone is killing me. Yeah, was it buy when people were fearful and sell when people are crazy? I don't know what the other side of it. I've heard that so many times I can't remember it. Hexdex says howdy from Montana. Woohoo! Montana, Hexdex 16. Man, that's so cool. Montana. That's a great state. I've seen a lot of it on TV. So when I'm talking about great states, it's because I've seen it on TV, right? Movies, TV shows, and it always looks very cool. Rob Well says, RG3 swears June the 1st, mark his words. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier, Bob. Well, I was talking about that. I in the first live stream. RG3 posted something, and I thought that was interesting because I think there's a few shenanigans going on. I know there's been a lot of drama, and I don't like the drama myself. I think it's negative for the community. But I accept that Twitter is a bit of a mob rule sometimes. But that's why I try to stay off it as much as possible. But the other thing is that those guys are kind of close in the mix. RG3 and Kinetics and all those other people, they're all kind of pretty close to the piece. They're all working on products that Richard Hart wants in the ecosystem. So yeah, and we're actually going to talk about that a bit today. So that's a pretty good idea. Let's jump over to MCA, talking about Kinetics and that. They're doing the Mountain Crypto Advisories. Now, some people were complaining about the fees, but I remember them talking up front about the fees. So I was a bit confused about that because I think there's like an 8% fee if you use the services. Now, obviously, you're getting professional services, taxes, and taxation, trusts, and everything else in there. But yeah, I wasn't surprised. So I don't know what was happening there. We've got Kinetics as the Chief Executive Officer, Mountain Advisory. We've got Blake Shapper. He seems like a really great, very educated guy. And got the rest of them, and they've got Wales only, in there as well. So interesting group there. Yeah, nice. So what else we got there? We also got the Hex Investment Trust. And as we know, I posted a video on that the other day with Kinetics talking about the fact that they had actually started receiving money and investing the money. So that's good. That's great. That's what we want to see more of this. And this is kind of the counterpoint to Maxi, right? Maxi allows you to put Hex in and stake that 5/5. That gets Hex off the market. And boy, was it super successful. It really hit the circulating supply on Hex. 294.3 million Hex off the market for 15.2 years. That's a really good hit at circulating supply. Whatever you think the circulating supply numbers are, that was a big hit. I did a couple of numbers, remember? There's couple definitions of circulating supply. I went through a couple of those. We have just a certain amount of Hex is actually actively circulating. You have the total supply could be a certain percentage. We talked about 2.5% to 4%, somewhere in that ballpark. And of course, some of that's based on Gunther the accountant's work. And that's probably so far the best work I've seen. I'm always open to seeing better stuff, but I haven't seen anyone do things better than that. Obviously, there might be some classification issues in there or not, but it's really hard. We got blockchain. A lot of it's anonymous unless people dox themselves. So there's lots of issues around that. But other than that, we're probably definitely somewhere in that ballpark. And regardless of which measure you use out of those three measures, you've got a pretty big burn from Maxi. So that's pretty cool from the Hex side. So from crypto Hex investors. From the fiat side, which is really what we want to tap into, the big money, the big investors, then this is a brilliant thing. And Richard wanted to see this sort of thing in play as well. Now, basically, that means that if you've got big institutional money through NASDAQ, stock exchanges, stuff like that, how do you get them on board? They can't own crypto directly. Then you need an investment vehicle like Grayscale. And of course, Hex Investment Trust is doing that. So it's fantastic, man. It really is taking Hex to the next level, and it needs it. It needs it big time. And so you're opening it up to all of that big funding. That's going to take supply off the market over time. And of course, that's going to help push the price up over time as well. In addition to retail adoption, right? Retail adoption is happening. Different things driving that, particularly the Hex documentary will help with that. Getting into households with the top streaming firms like Netflix and wherever else decides to pick that up. And I do see the highest of stakes is looking to, do a lot of stuff there for that, to really make it captivating. And of course, maybe not just a full documentary, maybe a series. Breaking it up into a TV series would be another one too. So there's a couple of different formats they could use for that. So it's getting pretty exciting. But yeah, Kinetics said that they're buying, that they've got receiving money, they're buying Hex. They're loving the prices at the moment. Who's not loving the prices, right? And of course, they'll be loving this pullback here and being able to accumulate more as well as they receive funds they buy. Now, what are their purchasing behaviors? What their staking behaviors are going to be, don't know. We'll know more when they go public. Obviously, they're going to hit the $10 million, and I think it was 55 investors, something like that, to do that. And that might take 3 to 9 months to do that once they hit the target. So maybe we'll see how we get on. But in any case, really, really cool. And he did say that they'd received money and had been buying. So that was positive there in any case. So cool. Another big buyer in the market. That's really cool. And more importantly, I think, is the connection to the fiat. Once they get on a big exchange like NASDAQ or something, whatever they decide to go onto, that's really big for Hex longer term. So we're excited about that. Nice. All right. So talked about the markets there. We've got the crypto markets looking okay at this stage. So we're going to get back into look at the Gwei here at the moment. Gwei is 12. You got to love that. You got cheap gas and cheap prices for Hex. And of course, if whales aren't willing to hold on to the Hex, then you can certainly snap them up, right? You can certainly snap them up as well. Let me just get in a couple of comments here. Moon Lambo says, my money didn't jiggle, says Moon Lambo. There's always a game theory this whole generation. I agree with that. There's always a game theory, and that's what people try to work out. I thought Brazology did some good thinking around that in Discord. So if you haven't seen that, check out Brazology in Discord. And I think he may have done a video on that too. Stressful Struggle says, I'm going to pull the trigger. Wish me luck. Timestamp. Hey, nice Stressful Struggle. Woohoo! Rock on. Rev Groove's in the house. Hey, Rev Groove. Sell when the people are greedy. That's it. Sell when people are greedy. Thank you so much, Rev Groove. I couldn't quite remember that one. I'm sorry, I didn't hear your thoughts on the swap of PLSD for Hex. Hey, I'm always in favor of swapping PLSD for Hex. I imagine that some people have done that in the last day or two. Bob Wells said, launch done. I should have added that. Yeah. Brazil says, I have absolutely no inside information, and his relationship with his devs are definitely interesting. One thing that blew my mind was when Richard Hart said his dev just got back from vacation, like from where? Yeah. He's probably hanging out with Vitalik at the local the software team stuff. Zdana says 3rd of June. Nice. And I haven't even pulled that up, actually. We've got our sweepstake at the moment for the timeline. We'll pull it up on the Zoe sheet there. Bam. This is what we're talking about here. So we've got the time frame here. We've got it's now 3rd of June there. I can see you. Bob Wells in the house there with the strong arms. Nice. I invested only what was willing to lose, and I have no expectations there, Jonathan. Nicely said. Yellowstone, says Bob Wells. Yellowstone. Don't let this dip scare you. Buy. Stake. Woo, woo, woo. Hey, nice one there. That's almost like poetry. Hey, we've got 10 Gwei at the moment. Wow. 10 Gwei. Woohoo. 12 Gwei. $4.30. This is so cheap to do a transaction at the moment on X. That's a beautiful thing. Buy Hex today at old prices, says Probably View. That's right. You're buying the prices at the moment based on July, is it? July, did I say? May. No, May last year. You're getting, no, not May last year. It's not quite that low. You're getting prices July, June and July last year. You're getting prices there pre-run at the moment. So that is kind of special. Good point there, Probably View. I appreciate your input. I agree with you, Superman, says Bob Wells. Nice. Warhammer's in the house there. Hello, can I go to 6 cents? I got money ready. Yeah, well, some people have got limit orders in there for 6 cents. All I know is that the only price support really is at 6.8, 6.9 cents there. That's on the chart, and that was based on last year's, as we smashed through those resistance and support levels. We had touched that about 4 times, or maybe more times on daily, but 4 periods, short periods as well. So yeah, that's kind of the only one there. Quite a few people have got the price at 6 cents. Some people will have them at 5 cents, 1 cent. So we'll definitely see how we get on with that. Muzz says, well, Richard Hart never said it was not launching in June. Only mentioned May. Could it be a strategic move? We know how he is. Well, strategic moves are definitely in the game, but I don't know. He's put out a lot of content about that. So I wouldn't say so. I always think he's generally upfront unless he's doing a teaser, a bit of a teaser there. I haven't seen any of that going on. I wouldn't doubt if he launches at the end of May, says Chris. Yeah, some people are saying that at the end of May, there is a theory going around that he will launch at the end of May here. So that's the vertical line, the purple line here. We'll see. We'll see if that goes. That's another 6 days from here. It's always possible. Can't count out Richard Hart's game theory, but in any case, it does appear to be software stuff that they're talking about. It kind of surprised me with that update because. Let me just read it out. I got it over here on this computer. I couldn't find it yesterday. Remember, I was trying to find it. I couldn't pull it up there. Pulsechain status was an update on the May the 17th. Auditing. So they did some auditing, finding things that need fixed and putting them in order to see what can happen after mainnet and what should happen before. I just wonder whether they did the crypto Windio show. And I just wonder, we're going to play that video just for context, but this was back on the 10th, if you remember. I think it was the 10th, yeah. So we'll play this.
Which, hopefully 14 days. Then it might be less. I don't know. It depends. It's software. It's hard.
So, that was around about the 24th, 25th, which should be the launch. But the reality is that he looked fairly confident there. Maybe in 2 weeks, maybe even earlier, possibly even earlier, he said. So, that was the expectation that was set. That's the issue. But it's no big deal from my point of view. I mean, it would have been cool to have launched already. But the reality is that, there must have been some stuff happening here because it was only on the 17th of May, which was not too far later. Was it a week later from that? He came out with auditing, finding things that need fixed. And that's not surprising. That's not surprising to me. And putting them in order to see which can happen after mainnet and which should happen before. Next few days, I hope to have better timeframes, mostly validated registration, rotation, fees, and limits. So mostly validated registration, rotation, fees, and limits. So that looks like a bit of a rehash there. And then, of course, we saw earlier yesterday that he actually put out even more information about that. And actually, I've got that on the Discord, so I'm going to probably read it from Discord on the Twitter. We had those updates yesterday. which were as follows. Pulsechain will not be launching this month. I might just hide that. Pulsechain will not be launching this month. I will keep up my outrage marketing. Metrics look good so far. Then we had, by the way, some people like the idea of launching at the bottom of a bear. So for those people, they probably love the delays. Then we had Pulsechain update. The validated rotation slashing delegating code has been mostly rewritten and partially implemented in native Go. So that there is the key stuff there. Has been mostly rewritten and partially implemented in native Go. So it looks like they've done some recoding there. So yeah, that's building on the 7th of May update where they talked about registration, rotation, fees, and limits. There we got rotation there as well, slashing delegation code, and partially implemented native Go outside the EVM, thus not in Solidity for much higher throughput. And this means that Pulsechain is getting faster, safer, and more powerful. So we all definitely love the outcome there, the performance outcome. That's going to be really good and future-proof the chain somewhat too. Extend the life of the chain in terms of its low gas fees, super speed, and competition as well. So I think that's pretty good. So yeah, I think there's obviously something happened after that crypto Wendy-O, and maybe he had jumped the gun there a little bit there without the devs, coming back with enough information there. Maybe that's what's happened there. Certainly was peculiar for sure. Anyway, lessons learned, as we say. Dave down under says maybe RH will give us a nugget in his debate coming up. Maybe, Dave, we might get a bit of a nugget in the debate coming up. And of course, we've got that coming up there. Where else we got here? What else we got here? This one here. Yeah. So live debate, me versus Eric Wall there. Haven't followed Eric Wall there. Tomorrow evening, Tuesday, 8 p.m. in Stockholm. Specific location announced tomorrow. Get there early as everybody won't get in. Should be fun. Yeah, there's a good chance we might get some good info out of that. So stay tuned for that. That could be quite good. I have more details tomorrow. Filming will happen also for the documentary. I would like to call the debate balls to the wall, he says. Crazy stuff there. Be thankful for what you have. Think about how much there's some extra stuff here 51 months ago. How much you have and the most other people. Only when you recognize that often you will feel wealthier. Gratitude is the key to wealth, not more stuff. It's a nice little comment there. Some people really think I should have a crappier life and live in torn rags and politically correct silence until the market makes all their entire entries perfect. Then maybe I can say a curse word or something. They have what a winning team looks like. Stuff matters. It keeps score. I have no idea what a winning team looks like, says Richard. What's this? When I see Hexkins with awesome stuff, I like and retweet it. Winners tend to win more. Success attracts. But when I post awesome stuff, some weak-minded portion of my community hates on their own team and blocking their own squad. Jealousy works best pointing outside your team. Whether you actually like a beep during dips though, what really can be fixed. Those that made the most in Hex sat through the most of the dips. Support your squad, do useful things, promote what you love, be a team player, bull markets return, and leave many behind chasing to re-enter. So cool. That's from Richard, latest stuff there. So cool. That is pretty neat. Yeah, Pulsechain update. I don't know. We've got possibly some people, thinking maybe 31st of May. Yeah, definitely it looks like June the stage otherwise. And we don't know how much stuff's left in that coding, right? So that's the other thing. So cool. Let's get back to the chart there. We'll just have to wait. Gonna have to wait and find out. The instructions are so simple. A baby could understand them, says Jonathan. And launch day might be on July the 4th, Independence Day, says Pablo. Yeah, it might be. And smash those likes, says Katie. Absolutely. Go, says Jonathan. Rossi, take all the timeline nuggets from Richard with a side of salt. Yeah, that's true, Briz. Would agree with that too. So we're just seeing what he's got out and trying to make sense of it, I guess, a little bit there. All right, cool. There we go. The Gwei is currently 12. Super cheap fees to do buy Hex, $4.39, and Hex at the moment is sitting at about 8.5 cents on that. We're going to jump over to Hex Daily Stats as well. We will jump there and just take that off for a second. We've got currently our payout 6.135 Hex at the moment. And of course, penalties just starting to accrue up there. We've had solid penalties every day. So that's pretty cool. People breaking their responsibilities or some form or another, and or not keeping to their own timelines. That's pretty much it. We've got 272 million Hex in the pool, $30 million US. So that's up from earlier. So earlier we had 285 and 12 million. So we've got another $1 million in there now. That's good to see. What ETH did we have? We had 2,000 ETH. We've now got 2,100. Let's see if we've had any liquidity added. I have to go down to the bottom here to get the Unify info, which I've saved. Yes, they say yes. I don't have to jump through all the Uniswap pages. We can go straight to it now. And we're going to have a look here. 23 million locked, it says here. We've got the big three pairs here. We're going to look at the, we'll look at this one. And actually, we're going to go down to the liquidity ads. That's what we're going to do, ads. What else here? So since our last update, so the last 5 hours, is down your liquidity here, 300,000, 600, so 600, and why have I got double ups here? I'm not sure. It's at my screen. It's doubling up. I'm not sure why this is doubling up. This looks like doubles on it. Ads. And okay, it's got double ups there. I'm not sure why that is. Anyway, it's got 330,000, no USD there. So that's the V3 pool. You can put liquidity just on one side of the pool, remember. So yeah, that's about it. So not a lot of change there. Mostly it just looks like price really. It's a bit peculiar. Trying to make sense of that that difference. All right, cool. That is where we're at the stage. $1,871 to get a T-share. It's about 650 bucks, is it? No, 630 bucks to get a T-share for 10 years. Man, I'm gonna have to start thinking about more T-shares here. And of course, the T-share rate there, 21,866. So looking good. We should see that result in the wallets, right? The more wallets we've got. I haven't got the wallet staker here at the moment. Staker app. So cool. What else we got going? The testnet at the moment running at 3-second blocks. Nothing changing here. The GitLab here running okay. We've got Go Pulse here. So we've got the Ethereum here, and of course we've got all the wallets here. What have we got here at the moment? We've got the console here. I think I was going to have a look in some of there, but we've got the console there. And what else we got there? We've got the core. What else we got down here? Blocks, chains. The chains here, chain indexer. Is that the one we're after? Chain indexer. No, it's not what I was thinking. I thought it would have. It's not the chain indexer there. You got the EVM there. That's the EVM. EVM there. And what else we got there? I think that's about it on there. That. So what I look at, we got that. We got the core. We got the ETH there. What else is in there? We got the miner. We got the params. We'll look at the params here. What else we got in there? Network params. I think it's this one here. No, it's not that one. Config. I can't remember now. Params Go. Is it this one? No, it's not that one either. I've forgotten which one it is now. Anyway, I got the parameters there. I'm sure it was in a parameters, but I can't find it. The test one there, and so forth. So nothing happening there. Can't see any too much there. We've got the Pulsechain, of course, actually operating. The validators, Pulsex, the exchange. So everything is just ticking away. So really, it does seem to be the chain itself that we've got to wait upon. And yeah, until we get that, we'll just keep playing around with the Pulsechain exchange and the Pulsechain bridge until we get the main chain up and running. We've got what was it? Chain list, and we've got the test nets there. So we'll go Pulsechain, and yeah, we've got the first ones here: 369, 940, 941. So this is the public one at the moment. And then there's Pulsechain version 3, 942, but that is private. So yeah, it looks like they're operating at this stage. So let's see how we go, folks. It's gonna be interesting. That's kind of where we're at there. I don't think we've got any new sacrifice balance. I think pretty much sacrifice balance. I think it's still the 15th. RDM says everything happening with Hex and Pulsechain. Let me just jump over the price here. Everything happening with Hex and Pulsechain at the moment is purely for the documentary. They need drama and tension. Yeah, I think so too. RDM. Eric Wall is the antagonist. 1 week after the interview, Pulsechain will launch, says that RDM. I like the idea that currently $83,000 for 1 million Hex is RDM. Interesting numbers. Jonathan says, so glad people are able to. Yeah, I tend to agree with you. There's a bit of shenanigans going on around that documentary and content there. Jonathan Kapala, it all just too conveniently lines up, right? Jonathan Kapala says, so glad people are able to buy at these prices. Again, it makes me happy. Me too, Jonathan. So it's happy if you're buying. Yeah. Did you all see Eric Wall's tweet about wanting to buy Pulsechain? He's flooding Hex, but he knows what's coming, says Chris. No, I didn't see that. Let's pull that up, actually. Let's go to Richard Hart there. I'm going to jump on to that one. Let's have a look here. What happened to the tweet? Was it way back? No, surely not. Where's the tweet gone? I thought it was at the top. Man, oh man, I can't find the thing. Where's the tweet? I thought it was just down here. There it is there. Sorry about that. Got a little lost there. I remember their video. Remember they sitting down in those chairs? That was ages ago, that interview. My goodness. This is the moment crypto leaves the basement, clashes the real world. So the plan on Pulsechain is to pay rewards to people who bridge over their real ERC20s and pair them with PRC20s and memes. With this liquidity, PRC20s should start trading as if they were derivatives to their corresponding ERC20s, is the crack crop theory. And then don't do this. Almost certainly, if you LP ERC20s to PRC20s, you just exit liquidity, people dumping the free money, and you're going to end up with 100% PRC20s worthless, 0% ERC20s, the one actually worth something. And then what's this one here? I think that was it. So any Pulsechainer who sacrificed, who was frustrated Pulse launch is delayed, wants their money back, I am willing to buy your PLS from you for 150% of what you paid, assuming you have another crypto holding of equal worth you're willing to escrow with a third party in the meantime, says Eric Wall. That's funny, man. And to the Pulsechans who think I'm not qualified to opine on Pulsechain, you should enjoy this, he says. Why's Eric Wall got a... what's it look here? Do you understand blockchains at all? Probably. Specialized in master's engineering. Degree on blockchains in 2015. Analyzed them professionally for years. You? Yes, 30 years software development. So you've analyzed the Pulsechain code. And my failure points, please point them out. I'll carry no candle for RH. I was one of the engineers RH asked help from. I did the initial feasibility analysis and gave him the crucial Aragon client recommendation, which they adopted. And by the way, RH controls 9% of all Pulsechain, which he got by sending his own Hex coins to himself in the last minutes of Pulsechain ICO. Some Hexkins in the comments are trying to discredit me because I tweeted Luna greater than Hex. Might as well use this thread to set the record straight. I warned against Luna. You will have to find a better weak spot. It's got some of that on there. What else you got going there? Pulsechain launch will concentrate the highest levels of retail dump ever recorded. If you bought BSC safe moon retardation speculation 2021 was wild, you haven't seen another thing yet. But that's not even comparable. That comparison ain't comparable. Set your bets accordingly, and may Richard Hart be ever in your favor. Finally, Pure Dami says, why Pulsechain is bad and why it will create an MEV supernova. As long as you can convert PRC20s proceeds for non-zero value into a bridged Ethereum asset or the native token PLS, price of which, by the way, I actually expect to perform pretty well, despite being a BSC fork retired client. Always bet on stupid, you can't escape the real value. With this many AMMs out of whack, this many oracles offline, this many DATs broken, Ethereum state on Pulsechain becomes an absolute wicked, a wide ticking MEV time bomb. When you lit the fuse, it should create a MEV supernova, he says. So the battle is on. The battle is on there. And he's got this here from Hex trading below 10 cents. What else is? So it's going to be a fun debate, folks. Is that about it? I think that's it. So we'll leave it there. So it's going to be a fun debate that is on tomorrow, apparently. So it's going to be fun. He was a lot more sanguine in his original interview. So we look forward to that. All right, cool. 8.5 cents there. Nice. Let's see what else we got. Richard is driven by proving the haters are wrong. You really think he'll let Tony Bays and Peter McCormack have the last laugh? He won't release Pulsechain until it's turbo charged for the 1 year. Rod Fitzpatrick says, I wish Richard would show off his firearm collection. Brazil says, liquidity drains out. Prices go down. Debate with Eric. Eric clowns on Richard. Pulsechain launches return to all-time high celebrations all around the world for the documentary. That's true. RDM says Eric Wall's Twitter for the last week has purely been him fighting X. When I heard this morning that he has a new RH, I knew it was all for the doc. He'd set up extreme. Well, Hex will pump you and likes that RDM. Literally, haha. When the world sees the documentary and Hex at the all-time high, that's where it starts to get fun and we go viral. True. Eric Wall is just salty that Richard's heart was spoon feeding him financial freedom, and he didn't get it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I remember that one. I remember that a lot well. It was pretty laid back interview as well at the time, and it ended up being completely wrong. So, all right, cool. As we say, cool vip. Hey, look, we're waiting for Pulsechain, but in the meantime, we are waiting for. I think it's very exciting. I know we need Pulsechain for everything to absolutely kill it, but of course, we're actually got some cool stuff coming on Pulsechain. So I think this is going to be really awesome. Let me just play this. We played it earlier today, but let's not deviate too much from here. Actually, where's it? Why is that not showing? Did I delete something? Maybe I deleted something. Oh yes, that's right. We're going to play this. So we've got on Pulsechain coming up is I think going to be amazing, and I think this is going to add so much value to the project, and I think that's Liquid Lines. I think Liquid Lines, they're not only doing amazing with the Liquid Lines platform, but I think they're going to bring a lot of really great features onto Pulsechain and access centralized exchanges, gateways. I think they may really open it up for us. So let's have a look at CC, the CEO of Liquid Lines. There's two up.
Popping up is about the sacrifice balances. People are asking about when can they see their sacrifice balance and how many points they have and what's not.
Yeah, I know that we're very close to releasing something on that front. Obviously, we're doing some internal testing of that now. So the balances have been calculated. We've incorporated all of the different mechanisms that we had included initially in the sacrifice phase, including the referral content. So all of that's been incorporated. And obviously, we'll do the internal testing. We'll pilot test with a couple of folk that we know that can help us through that process. And then we'll release something out to the community so that they can start reviewing their balances and coming back to us with any queries and questions. So that's imminent. My expectation is within the next week, we'll end up seeing something. So folks will be able to start checking their balances and just confirming that all the calculations are correct.
So that was the first update. The second update was on the testing of the user interface. So that we're expecting that to come up. So
recently has been about the testnet, and will people see Liquid Loans on the testnet anytime soon?
Yeah, so the guys are working really, really hard at the moment to get all of that up and running. And the difference here is that we didn't really want to push something out ahead of time. So it's got to be pretty much complete. And one of the things that will help us on that journey is to make sure that we've got active price calls. So the guys are integrating, obviously, PulseX is one mechanism that we'll use. There's another mechanism that I won't go into a lot of detail now, but it will provide some redundancy for being able to make price calls against PulseX. And the guys are working hard to get that finished. So my expectation is that we'll end up seeing something in the next couple of weeks. The rationale being, we don't ever want to release anything before it's really ready. And, you know, I think the community appreciates that when we deliver content, it's actually of high quality. So we're not going to rush anything out until the product, or basically the system and the DApp are actually up and running fully, and that we can actually allow people to fully test what we've developed.
So I think that's pretty exciting coming up for Pulsechain. I think Liquid Loans not only will have the testnet coming up in the SAC balances, but I think that the stable coin is going to be really pivotal on the platform. So I think that you probably see that more and more and more, that having a stable coin that's over collateralized and that is based on a collateral that is high quality, in other words, the native token of the chain, I think that's going to be really, really powerful for the ecosystem. And people will start using that as a reference for US dollars. So I think it's going to be pretty amazing to see that. And that provides a really major super strength inside Pulsechain. I think we're going to find that's going to be more the case. And of course, I think that's going to be a popular trading pair as well. The other thing, of course, is I think a lot of their work that they're going to build around this, they talk to centralized exchanges, talking about, I think, fiat gateways and things like that. So that's going to be massive for the ecosystem. So I think, and they're obviously doing a lot of other stuff there, Gnosis Safe, access and all that sort of stuff. So I would expect a lot from this team. This team looks really professional. They look like they've got realistic, ambitious goals, but realistic goals. And they're looking like they're really wanting to add a lot of value to the ecosystem. So I would expect this actually to be one of the, if you think about a table, I think this is one of the real pillars of Pulsechain. So yeah, it's going to look forward to that. Now, they're not alone. I think there's probably at least half a dozen projects now that are real super powerhouses. They're going to be really real flourish on Pulsechain already. So look forward to that. It's going to be good. All right, so let's get in a couple of comments there. I think I was laughing at someone said, let's get back to the Hex price there. Gwei is super cheap at the moment. Look at that, 10 Gwei, 11 Gwei, $4 for a transfer on V3 at the moment. Man, oh man, couldn't ask for a better price there as well. What else there? DHEX says, don't let this dip scare you. Buy, stake. Woo-hoo-hoo. Absolutely, DHEX, absolutely. That's what they do, buy it when there's fear on the streets, and of course, then you can pick up a lot of volume, right? So that's just the way it goes. Auto Generation says on CoinGecko under PLS market tab looks very interesting. Says Auto Generation. Yeah, we might pull it up actually. Why don't we do that? That's good. We'll do that. Bam. And PLS is that coming up? Pulse pad, Pulse Chain, Pulse Dodge, Pulse Chain. We'll pick that up. A Pulse was it Pulse Pad had a ranking on it? That's pretty crazy. Preview only. Market tracking coming soon. Now, awesome stuff. So yeah. Now remember, people forgetting when they're comparing liquidity pools is that the Pulsechain is going to be superior on all its utility factors. So why would you go back to pay higher gas fees and things like that and slowest transactions when you can do all the same thing over on the chain? And especially when there's going to be so many new projects and new economic opportunities, it's going to be fascinating. And all the other products. So there's so many bullish things coming for Pulsechain in terms of holding value in the network. It is like a big vampire attack. You think about it. I don't know. Is anything else in there? No. Trending coins. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So nice to see Pulsechain on there. Getting ready. Bob Bell says, haha, I was just listening at work and heard a video change, thought my stream switched. Yeah, with the old Liquid Loan videos. That's funny. What else we got there? We've got a few of other Richard's Hearts videos, but we're probably getting a little dated now on the timeline. This is what happens in reality when the stakes are high. People stay and some people leave Hex and cry. That's true. So we've definitely got a different formation on the chart. No one denies that. I mean, there's definitely a different formation in the chart, but we are waiting Pulsechain. We're very tied to Pulsechain launch. That's pretty much it. So, whoa, 7 Gwei. Whoa, 7 Gwei. You saw it here live. Woohoo! $2.55 for a swap on V3 right now. $2.55. Obviously, if you get caught there in the lingo, if it goes back up, then you get caught. I'm not sure how long whether it would fail or process or not. 7 Gwei, $2.55. 29 cents for a transfer. We're almost getting back to the good old days of 2-3 cents or 2 cents as well. What would we have? I think it was October. Was it October? No, September September 2020, I think, is when the last time we had really cheap gas prices before September. They started rising, I'm pretty sure, to September 2020. And away we went. That's pretty hilarious. But look at that, man. That's pretty cheap. You saw it here. Woo! 7, that's the last I've seen for a long time. 7 Gwei. We're definitely chilling up there. All right, so price is just stuck there at the moment. No green pump today on Hex Token channel pump. Hold generation under the markets tab shows crypto.com and eTorrents for exchanges, maybe. Oh, really? That's interesting. Yeah, crypto.com would be cool. eTorrents, I haven't really used that, so but that'd be pretty interesting. Brazilian vampire attack, more like throwing the little guys a lifeline and saving them, says Briz. Yeah. I always call it a super vampire attack there, Briz, but I know what you're saying. We should rename it to lifeline attack. I like that, Briz. That's true. It is a lifeline attack. All right, welcome. We are getting hardcore now. We're moving into the next level. We're waiting here. The Gwei has got so cheap. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I love it. 42 cents. We're going to get into that. All right, so what else we're going to do? Well, let's have a quickly check. Nothing else is much happening here with these others. 880 on Hedron. Yeah, I think the biggest snapback's Maxi, biggest snapback Maxi, and PLSD looking good at 233. So, you know, I think we did have a bit of selling into possibly Hedron. I didn't look at the transactions in the previous day, the previous day. Hard to tell, have to go back through that, but definitely PLSD's kind of ignoring it. We're not even getting a lot of selling from the looks of it into Hedron. Into Hex, because it's still got 233 there at the price there. So, yeah, we'll see. There must be a few for sure. It must be. All right, cool. Don't forget to get in on Discord as well. We're up to 432 members. If you haven't joined Discord, definitely hit the link in the video description. 2 main things, community and information. That's pretty much it. Definitely getting on that, getting up towards 450. Very cool. We've got 3 syndicated YouTube channels, Gen Hex, Heinz Crypto, and Hex Token. And of course, it's now as our foreman, of course, doing great onboarding and helping people. So if you need some help, you can get with It's Now as well. Obviously, we've got Twitter and YouTube there. Useful links. We've got all the links, or at least heaps of them. So you can just jump through if you want to learn anything about Hex and Pulsechain and PulseX, Richard Hart, markets, derivatives, onboarding tools, blockchain, etc., YouTube streamers, sacrifice projects, hardware wallets, and of course Hex stores. I've just added the Hex stores in today. So I'm going to add in anything that's in there. Hex Toys has got a new product up at the moment, so we might as well talk about that. We're going to go to the Hex Toys, and they've got this new Pulse pin at the moment, so it's $25 US. They've also got the Hex pin here, so you got the Hex pin here. Look at this; it's pretty nice there as well. If we can grow bigger there, look at that. Woohoo! That is the miniature of Richard Hart's one, right? That's pretty cool. And so that's looking good there. And what else we got? This is brand new. This one is just out now. And this is the pin there. So nice there. Put it on your collar, maybe if you're working or this or that. So pretty nice little gift. 25, 7 in stock at the moment. I'm not sure what else they got on there, but definitely store there. So you can definitely check that out. Toys, collections, so lots of other stuff in there as well. So I'm looking at, I love these Ken dolls, to be honest. What's this Richard Hart there, Ken doll? This is $1,200 this one, but this is a Richard Hart Ken doll. Look at that, he's got this medallion on there too. Man, these guys are funny, man. He's got the bag as well. That is hilarious, man. That is hilarious. Hex Toys, man, kicking some butt. And if I remember rightly, Hex Toys paid for Richard Hart's actual medallion. We got Hexologists in here too. Look at this. Oh, look at this. This is so funny. with the coat. That's crazy. And the pizzas, because he bought some pizzas. Remember, with some Hex. I think there's the famous Hex pizzas. How much do they cost? How much does pizzas cost? I don't even know. Pulsechain might know the link to that, where the link is there. I don't know who of us knows that. I'm not sure. I can't remember what this is in the bottom. Is that lemons for? Is that lemons for D Live? Maybe it's lemons for D Live. That's pretty hilarious. What else we got there? Who else we got in there? Actually, now that I think about it, we've got Kyle Dev. I love Kyle Dev. He's so easy to listen to. And Kyle Dev. Oh, I didn't realize he did judo, though. Look how muscly his legs are. Is his legs actually that muscly? I didn't know he had muscly legs, because we only ever see him talking. I didn't realize he was like that. That's pretty hilarious. What else we got there? Dev Kyle. 2 Dev Kyles. Really? 2 Dev Kyles? Wow, this guy's popular. He's got this money outfit on there. It's a little dog wog and medallion there. That's pretty funny. Who else we got in there? I wasn't even planning to look at these, but now that they're here, Richard Hart live streams, $250 this one, and he's got a shirt on, looking pretty muscular there, little beefed. He's got his man. Can you believe that they make all this stuff, right? They got the chandelier. That's some pretty. They got sci-fi book there as well. That's pretty detailed, man. That's hardcore. What else? We got Captain the Pirate in here. Let's have a look at this one then. Captain the Pirate. That's pretty hardcore. That's pretty accurate, actually. And we've got the medallion. That's nice. That's pretty nice, actually. Looks cool. What else? We've got some more. I think we're getting down to Captain RG Bounty. We'll mix that one. Unipro, Hex Space Force Astronaut, and Captain Richard Hart. So we'll look at Captain Richard Hart here. And this is classic, right? This is the dance, Richard Hart the dancer, man. And a couple of the blonde ladies next to him doing the old booty dance on there. That's hilarious, man. He's got his bag. That's hilarious. That's classic. Very lifelike, actually. Looks particularly lifelike. That's what's freaky about it. And then I look at one more. I think I was going to look at this Hex Space Force here. I had to look at this since I like space sci-fi. Yeah, look at that. Cool. Now it's the toilet paper, man. What's the toilet paper for? And the flag. You got the Hex flag for the moon. I love it. That's cool. Ages 4 and up. Really? I'm sure that most of the people probably own these. Probably all adults is my guess there. That's pretty hilarious. So some cool stuff in there. Definitely check out Hex Toys. You can see that. I wasn't planning on looking at that, but there we are. Nice. All right, cool VIP, as we say. There's also community jobs as well. We haven't looked at the community jobs much. Let's have a quick look at that, see what jobs are in there. But you can definitely check this out. Featured jobs, job coordinator, Serve Pro, Dim Carpenter, Old Growth Carpentry. If you're in any of those, I'm not sure. If you've got any jobs, you should advertise them on here. If you've got jobs, we've got a couple in there at the moment. TikTok, social media advisor, Hex community jobs, web designer. Yeah, cool. I like that. Yeah, I need some web designing stuff too. Very cool. All right, let us jump back to the markets. We're still at 8.5. Not much happened here in this little period. Let's get into the chat there. Katie's got the smiles on. Yeah. $1,200 for a Ken doll, says Brennan. Yeah. It is a Richard Hart collectible, though. It is a Richard Hart collectible. That's really funny. I actually didn't see how many there were in market, right? How many were in market? I don't know if there's NFT series. Is there anyone to the NFT series on? That'd be pretty cool. Like, I know that Pulsechain is doing one for YouTubers in the YouTuber space, all the personalities. But I'm not aware of like an NFT. If you did a doll for NFT, that'd be pretty cool, actually. That'd be hilarious. All right. So Brazil says he spent 70,000 hex on pizzas plus 10,000 hex tips, says Bris. Yeah, thanks for that. I'd forgotten the numbers. That'd be pretty expensive now. So 70,000, we can do the math on that. So 80,000 hex times 0.0855. So currently that pizza's cost $6,840 US. So pretty awesome. That would have been way higher, right? So 5x on that would have been 34. So that could have been up to as high as 40k. Really awesome. We've got the link there. Cool. Let's pull it up. Bam. All right, cool. Let's look at that. Bam on that. This is the link to the Hexologist pizzas. Thanks to you, Brazology. On behalf of Brazology, I bought 2 pizzas tonight for 70,000 hex. First purchase with the greatest coin that ever roamed the face of the webs. I'll be eating it on tomorrow's live stream. Hope to see you there. That's hilarious, man. Yeah, very cool. Look at that. $25.30. Are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? That's how much they would cost at the time. That is insane, man. That's insane. So $40. That's crazy. That's crazy. Love this guy. Love this. Only like $9,000 a pizza, says Rango. Like a 25,000 per pizza if you add interest in big payday, says Hexologist. Maddie Allen says I made an offer to buy your tweet. That's funny. Does Twitter not own the tweet? You can buy it and legally take digital position. Never it was and always will be worth it. History was made. At what price per hex will you regret your decision? You seem like a humble guy. I won't ask how many teachers you are out for that. I bookmarked this. Thanks. That's dollar cost crypto there. Thanks. Bro, I love that you put on a ref link in your description. Yeah, so some cool stuff there. That was pretty cool. That's part of the well, I guess the folklore, the history of Hex now. That famous pizza there, pretty hilarious. Thanks for that, Briz. That was good, man. KD says, I think RH's NFT project will be extremely successful as well. I think so too, KD. That's what I was thinking about. Woohoo! All right. Here we're up, sitting out here, up at an hour and 20. We're doing pretty well there, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself. And 8.5 cents at the moment. No green candle for the Hex token pump yet, but you never know. Never know. Rosie says, and 2 years later, we're still talking about lots of bros. Yeah. It's just one of those cool things, right? In the old history of Hexes. I would say if I remembered things, I'd probably remember about 6. If I remembered 6 top things, it would be, and one of those top 6 would be the exogenous pizzas. The other one of the another one of the top 6 would be, let's say top 5. Let's do top 5, just easy. Another one would be the guy that said, I sold my hex, man. There'd be two of my top 5 would be people that sold the hex. Sold my hex, man. We should do a poll on that. We should do some sort of thing. We should get like a list of all the like epic things in the last 2.5 years, because we're coming up in 2.5 years in a few days. It'd be epic to get a good list of that. That makes for a good poll. And then we can rank those, get those ranked by a poll. Maybe that's food for thought there. I'll put something out on community tab and ask people to put in their most memorable moments from Hex over the last 2.5 years. A big payday is one of mine memorized. Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's a bit hard to miss, that one, Bruce. That's hilarious. I sold my hex, man. I've watched that video. I don't know. I think I watched that video 20 times. Is that bad? Is it bad that I watched it that many times? I just laughed my head off. Not on the same day, but over the time. I probably watched it 20 times. It's funny. Peter McCormick's scam interview is another one. Yeah, that was probably a good one too. It was pretty intense, that one, though. It was pretty intense. Probably Review says the money outside Hex ain't worth much with US printing, so Hex is not a bad risk bet. That says Property Review. That's true. We never know. Property Review Hex might become a reserve currency of the world. That'd be pretty epic. But certainly of Heart Nation, as we call it. We need a Hex rewind like the YouTube rewind, but 10x better. YouTube rewind, but 10x better. Yeah, that's right, Brendan. I agree with you. That's a good idea. Got to spend time editing that. We saw someone did a video the other day. Wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad, but we need a real high quality, like really amp one. Actually, it's worth. I'll think about that one. It's. I don't do much editing on these videos, as you guys know, but I do have an editor. Could try and play around with that. Pulsechain, Pulsex, where it is, man. Hopefully we'll see him back soon. My life is awesome. Hopefully we'll see him back soon. He did say he was coming back on Twitter. He said, what video do you want me to see you do? I don't think I've seen anything since. Let me double check My Life is Awesome chat channel. My Life is Awesome. My Life is Awesome. Where is he? I can't see him on my list at the moment. He's there somewhere, but I just can't see him. My Life is Awesome. Yeah, I can't see him on there. Oh, there was it him? Oh, My Life is Awesome. Yeah, got him. Let me just pull him up. I'll just pull him up for a second. Boom. Yeah, the last video he did was a month ago. Pulsechain Sacrifice checker. What? He says, what? So yeah, hopefully we'll see him back again soon. In the meantime, all right, so 8.5 cents. We're pretty much stuck. We haven't actually a lot of movement in the last little while. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. Yeah, 5-minute chart, just a little bit of volume there, 5 minutes. So we're back to 15 minutes on that. Pretty much the way it goes. 10 cents is our target, and 6.9 cents is our support level. Actually, we might copy that and paste that over. We'll put in 6.9 cents. 6.8 to say 6.9 cents. Let's do that. Support. All right, cool. All right, there we are. So nice. What else we got there? Moon Lambo says, I'm glad price is dipping for all the lame staking 60 days, collecting interest from it, taking away money from the ecosystem as they sell the interest. That's true, Moon Lambo. We have seen a lot of that for a long time. And the thing is that you need, the way you do deal with it, you have to absorb it with growth. And of course, Pulsechain is part of that strategy for growth is Pulsechain, a big part now. Not just from the fees, lower fees as well, but actually the whole ecosystem is going to create a lot of wealth. Now, one thing that we've seen these empty chains get priced up into huge valuations. So you can imagine what Pulsechain is going to be like with the first full system stake fork as well. So it's going to be pretty cool. Yield farmers will come, we say. You can't stop yield farmers from coming. Yield farmers will come for the next big thing. I can tell you that much. I've done a lot of it with them, and they chase. Can't grow if people keep selling on the short stakes, says Moon Lambo. Well, you've got to absorb it. The inflation is actually low. If we take what's his name? Wales only chart, he's got inflation running at about 1.6% last time I checked. So you still have to absorb that and the inflation. We want all the money that flows into stake. And yeah, well, that's the idea. That's what staking is about, is reducing the velocity of money. So yeah. But you still got to grow. You still got to keep growing, and that gets supply of the market. So let's have a look here. We're coming up on an hour and a half. We're doing not too bad. We've got a good crew in the chat there. Don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button. Don't forget that. And we're coming up on 7 o'clock here. Coming up on an hour and 32 as well. So we might wrap up soon in a couple of minutes. And we'll see how we get on. Now that debate tomorrow, hopefully the debate tomorrow, we will get some nice juicy stuff out there from Richard. Especially if Eric Wall gets his game on, then it might get some good stuff out of Richard, right? Richard will step up and smash back, do the old smash back, and we might get some good stuff there. Should be fun, he says, so he's looking forward to it. So this could be good. Hopefully we'll get some good insights into a lot of the stuff that's been happening lately as well. Cool whip, as we say. Cool whip. All right. Guay's 13%. 13 Guay, sorry, not 13%. Guay's 13. And we've got Hex going on at the moment. Yeah, like I say, the biggest thing we've got coming up at the moment is Pulse, is liquid loans, and a couple of the other years interfaces. There was a Power City interface, and I want to pull that up. I'm just going to double check that it's official, and I'll probably play that tomorrow. Pulsechain will help Hex, in my opinion. People will use their Pulse bags to buy Hex, or use Pulse Hex gains to buy Hex. I agree 100%, Moon Lambo. Also, help the penalties get absorbed into the OA, and that negates some inflation. Absolutely. Yeah, so that's the big point that Brazil is making, is that we don't get that full 3.69% inflation, because, at least effective inflation, because it gets half goes into the OA, who I always call the operational manager in the system, and moderates inflation and APYs and things like that. Big paydays as well. Morris NZ lives in the house. Hey, good to see you, Morris. Woo-hoo-hoo. Alcos is in here. Says, are you in China? Ni hao ma. No, I'm not in China. Moonlamp says, why doesn't Richard Hart debate with bigger names like Tony Blaze of Bitcoin Maxis? Well, it's probably just getting access to certain people. You know, you got to get that access. People got to want to have the debate too. Moonlamp says, Jack Mullers from Strike or something of the Bitcoin woman. The Moon Carl or Natalie Brunel. He's actually talked with the Moon Carl. Moon Carl apparently sacrificed a Pulsechain, as far as I understand it. Cool. All right, so we're coming up on an hour and 30. We're probably going to wrap up here. Hope you guys have enjoyed the second live stream. Now, you guys know that if some big action happens in the chart, I'll do my best to jump back in as well. Crypto, yeah, Crypto too. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This is the second live stream today, and yeah, if we get some price action, man, I will jump on. But we'll see how we get on. Thanks for the stream, says Lambo. Hey, you're welcome. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Definitely a good time for retail to pick up some nice Hex cheap gas fees and good price entry for Hex. People were paying 12 cents for Hex. They're paying 15 cents for Hex. They're paying 20 cents for Hex. And of course, now you can get it for 8.5 cents. And of course, Hex is getting redistributed to the retail book. Every time we see a whale sell this much Hex, it gets redistributed over time. So cool. Thanks for watching, everybody. Woohoo! Nice work, says Pride of You. Pulsechain soon, says Briz. Absolutely. Cheers, Sydney, says Brennan. Always love your stream, says Moon, but I appreciate that. I can feel it, says Briz. I agree with you, Briz. All right, take care, everybody. Katie says, night all, take care. I say thanks for watching. If you're a Hex Token channel member, smash up the emojis. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button as well. As that'd be cool. I'm going to post some emojis on the way out, as all encourage all Hex Token channel members to do. Bam, bam, bam. Take care, everybody. Peace out. Instagram model love for you, and we look forward to that debate tomorrow with Richard Hart and Eric Wall. It's going to be good. All right, bye for now.